Hunters, we're back with a gadget tier list for Moco Chapter 2, and to kick us off, we have got the old boombox. I'm going to put the boombox in C tier. Did get a buff in the latest balance changes, but it's super niche case scenario to use this gadget. Like, it's the stuns you need, and there's not many enemies inside the game that you need to stun. Yes, there was the shamans in one of the dojos, but other than that, it's a gadget you're not really going to use, and it's a shame because I really like this gadget. I really think it is a cool gadget. And then up next, we've got the explosive 6-pack, and I feel like putting this in F tier because why would you use the explosive 6-pack? Like, yes, I done some dojos with it. You can complete the dojo without it. I just like using it that way. But nonetheless, you still could have got the job done without it. So why would you use it apart from the mobility build to get around worlds, jump over things? You shouldn't have to sacrifice a gadget slot for that. You know what I mean? I just don't think it fits in the game in most places currently. Who knows what we'll see in Chapter 3. But I'm first going to put that in F tier. And I must admit, guys, when I first looked at these gadgets and things, sort of gave a quick overview of myself of where to place them, actually struggling with this one. I'm actually struggling with this one, so I do need your help a little bit. So let me know in the comments what you would change and why. Super helpful. Mainly the healing ones, actually, what I'm going to struggle with. But I might change this at the end as well, just a heads up, as I think I might give it a little change once I've got things placed down. You know, we'll give it a little revamp, but we'll see when we get there. And then we've got the healing bloom gadget, the new gadget that heals your players inside the radius of the ring. And I think I put this in C tier, maybe above the boombox for now. Again, you've got the splash heal, you've got the healing mist shot. Yeah, I just think there could be better. Like, this is quite handy for world farming, I guess, the healing bloom when you're doing like overcharged totems on certain worlds, and all the players getting there to heal themselves. Comes in pretty useful, but we'll stick it in C tier for now. And then we've got the life jacket. This was like a decent gadget in Chapter 1. Got a lot of use, seen a lot of light of day, I'm not going to lie. But obviously this season, there's no pet build really, because the buzzkill did take such a harsh nerf. And I think I might stick it in C tier because it's not totally useless. It is kind of a good gadget in its own regard. You get a shield, it pops, deals damage to enemies, gives you a bit of survivability. So I do think it's better than the explosive 6-pack. Probably would use it more than the explosive 6-pack. But I'm going to put it in C tier for now. And then we've got the monster taser. Now then, I think it's a 6 seconds cooldown. Does okay damage. Like I said, really quick cooldown, but do we use it? I mean, you'd use it on a single target boss, but there's just other gadgets and builds to use that you'd put before this. So maybe I put this in C tier as well. Above them. I think I would maybe use it above them. Maybe a little less than the healing blossom gadget. I think I'd maybe use that a bit more. But like I said, guys, let me know in the comments what you think here. And then we've got the multi-zap there. I'm going to put that right into S tier because awesome gadget Chapter 1. Still a good gadget Chapter 2. Does massive damage to a single target enemy. I know I've been doing some rifts, nightmare rifts and hard rifts, and we use this gadget. I know other players do. And it's just a good gadget for that single damage output. So I'm going to stick that right in S tier. And then we're coming up next with the old pepper spray. Again, fantastic gadget back in Chapter 1. Especially paired with the portal for a lot of dojos. Crowd control. Did receive a nerf as well in the latest balance changes. Reduction to the slows and things. But it's still a great gadget. And is it in front of the multi-zapper? Oh, we don't know. I think I'll put it in front of the multi-zapper first. Just because there's so many mobs of enemies and things inside of Rifts, inside of Moco. And there's just big groups of enemies on worlds in general. And this gadget's really great for that. It's great in the dojos. So we'll stick it like that for now. Like it says, might tweak things a little bit here and there at the end of the video. And we've got the really cool sticker. Again, I'm going to have to put this in S tier because this is a gadget I found myself using a lot inside Chapter 2. It was great in Chapter 1 for boosting that damage. It's just an easy gadget to use as well. Just use it and then use your weapons and everything. And it's just so easy to use. Does good damage. But do we put it in front of the multi-zapper? Is it one of the actual best gadgets in game, guys? Who knows? I think I'll put it in between them, middle for diddle. for now. And then we've got the first healing one. And like I said, the healing ones, I'm going to struggle a little bit on because I never usually tank inside of Rifts. Like any player that's a good player out there that does tank a lot, let me know about the healing gadgets in the comments because you will have a better idea than me. But I feel like putting that in B tier. Short cooldown, just pretty decent healing, especially when you're Elite Hunter and you've got rings equipped as well. And the fact that you just press it and it like automatically seeks out a player to heal them, super helpful. So, like I said, paired with the short cooldown, guys, I think it's really useful in that sense. Obviously, you can heal yourself as well. So, I'll just put that right in the middle on B tier for now. And then we've got another one I actually struggled with, was the rockets. And I think I'm going to put them in A tier. High A tier, because they are a great little gadget. But you'll see why at the end, I think, why I've put the other gadgets above it. Once I give my explanation, I think you guys might agree. But we'll see when we get to the end of the video. And we've got another with the snow globe. And I think I'm going to put that in S tier, surely because its radius is massive. It's a gadget we used loads in Chapter 1. It's a gadget I've used loads in Chapter 2. People are using it a lot. It does great damage. Paired it with the unstable lightning, great. And it's just an all-round good gadget. You can do nice damage to single target enemies, do nice damage to massive groups of enemies, and I just think it is a really great gadget. Great for reefs, great for dojos, great for well farming. I just think it's an S tier gadget, my friends. And then we've got old Sheldon. Oh my goodness, he's gonna have to go right into F tier. Actually think I would use the explosive 6-pack more than Sheldon this chapter. Again, probably got higher placement in Chapter 1. Chapter 2, no pet building existing because the buzzkill is dead and buried at the moment. And I don't think I've used Sheldon once this chapter. I know there was a rift early days. I can't remember. It was the one with the freezer boss where you could use Sheldon to get through the rift. But I don't think it needed it. I think you could do other ways to complete the rift. But yeah, he's pretty useful in a sense, but we're just not using him, guys, because of the other builds. The other gadgets are so strong. And like I said, I'd use the explosive 6-pack more, even for the mobility build for world farming. So that's why I'm putting him behind the explosive 6-pack. And then we've got the chili dagger, and I didn't know where to place this because it is a great gadget. I know all its stats and the buffs it does. It's great, but you've got to use it. Dash towards the enemy, so you're in radius. If you're using a ranged weapon, does take it in the radius. Great for single target stuff. Do we put it above the fireworks? I don't know, guys. This is one I was struggling with big time. I don't think it's a S tier. I think the other ones are S tier that I'm going to place in S tier, which we'll see at the end. And we'll just leave it like this. It is a great gadget, but I think I've used the others more than the chili dagger. So that's why I'm putting it behind the rockets, because I've used the rocket snow globes, multi-zapper. Really cool stick to pepper spray. Hell of a lot more than the chili dagger. And then we have the splash hail. Oh, do we put the splash hail in BT? Is it better than the hail in bloom? I think it is, because you can use it on the move. The hail in blossom gadget thing, you've got to be inside the radius. But I do think it is a B tier. It is a longer cooldown than the spray. I think it's double the cooldown kind of thing. But it's still not a bad gadget. I mean, if you're rocking a tank, which there's some players getting to nightmare rifts and things now. I mean, that is normally paired with these two gadgets, and they do the job pretty well with the rings and stuff. So I think the other healing one we've got in C tier, them two in B tier. I think I would prefer the mist. I think it's slightly better. But again, it's another one I sort of struggled with. I did say at the start of the video, the healing gadgets I might struggle with because I never play a tank. And then we've got the super loud whistle. Now, is this going to go top of A tier or lowest tier? Because yes, super niche gadget, I know, but this gadget is so good for tank players. The fact that you can blow the whistle, draw all the enemies to you, and just let the other players do the DPS, use their AoE gadget and things. It's such a fantastic gadget. But like I did say, it's super niche. You are going to have to use it as a tank if you're doing reefs, but you need it. I feel as though you need it in some of the reefs, or if not all of them, all of the nightmare reefs. So actually, we could put it S tier. That's why I'm going to have to put it S tier. No. I think I want to put it in A tier because tanks only use it. It's only used by a tank. But on the other side of the fence, you need it in the Nightmare Reef. So if it's something you really need, you should kind of go in S tier, right, guys? S tier, low S tier. We're going for it. And then we've got the Vits coming in. And again, these did take a nerf. I'm actually going to put them at the top of A tier because they did take a nerf. But they're still super useful. They are still super useful, guys. They do increase your attack rate, give you a bit of life. Short cooldown as well. The cooldown isn't that long, but again, paired with the really cool sticker, and you're getting that increased damage. And also paired with the Pew 3000, which we'll get onto after the very main pendant. So I think I would take the vitamins more often than the rockets and the chili dagger. Hence why I've put it ahead of them. And then we've got the very main pendant. Now, this is one I've not used loads. I actually use this a little bit for world farming on my Spinsicle build, which comes in kind of handy. Where are we going to put this? I kind of think I want to put it at the top of C tier because I have used it more than the other 4. But it's, as far as I know, guys, it is, again, niche case scenario. It has got good, you know, good abilities. What it does, drains life, heals you, and it's obviously split between the more enemies that are around you, and it's better using on a single target boss. So it is kind of a niche, but it is kind of useful for world farm, and I actually use it a bit on my Spinsicle build, like I say. It pairs nice with that. But I think it is better than the other 4. Do maybe use it more. Maybe put the monster taser there. Maybe bump that up a little bit whilst I'm looking at it. And then we're coming in with the new Pew turret. Oh, and this is definitely going in S tier for me because it's coming clutch on so many things in the game in Chapter 2 so far. Does awesome damage. Pairs with the really cool sticker. Pairs with the vitamins. Get some awesome numbers off that turret. But is it better than them? I kind of think it is. I kind of think it's probably one of the best gadgets in game at the moment. Maybe the pepper spray. I don't know, guys. I'm thinking here. I'm kind of happy with the placements of the tiers of the gadgets, but of the order of them, I need a minute. I need a minute to double check these. Especially the S tiers. Like, we need the super loud whistling S tier, like we've discussed. But it's niche case, so that's got to go to the bottom. The multi-sabber does absolutely awesome damage to single targets, but I just can't put them in order. I just can't put them in order, guys. The pepper spray are arguably one of the best and the most used. Obviously, you've got the AoE coming in from the snow globe, but the cooldown's massive compared to the pepper spray. And then the turret's good for... It's just good for, like, small mobs of monsters and good for single target. Oh, do we go like this? Or like this? I don't know whether to swap the spicy sticker and the turret and then multi-zapper. Oh, I think I'll kind of leave it like that and let you guys think because I took way too long there. But that is going to be my gadget tier list. Like I said, I might need a little bit of help with the heal and ones, guys. But... done a little bit of talking about why I think they're in that placements for now. But that is my gadget tier list so far for Moco Chapter 2. Might come in at the end of the season, do another one just to see how the meta changes and progresses over time and see if these gadgets move in placements. See how right I actually was. And we'll catch you hunters in the next video.